What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Want to do a little video now. I was actually talking about this in the car with my wife today. It was really something that kind of stuck out to me and I basically broke my life down into a couple things. There's a bottle shaking on here. It's pissing me off. Out of a couple things that people who influenced me and how it can help you now. When I was a kid, I always got in trouble. I was a little troublemaker. I had some issues. I had some emotional issues, whatever. You know, my household was a bit perturbed, to say the least. So anyway, you know, I was a C student at best. You know, I earned those C's. I was literally right down the line, middle of the road, C student. Then there was this one teacher in a small town in California my parents moved to for a little bit. And his name was Mr. Grimshaw. I remember he kind of connected with me and he made me realize that I wasn't as stupid as I thought I was. Turns out all these years he was wrong. And what it did, that set forth my grades, where I went from being a C student to an A and a B student. That was the first year I didn't get a straight A's. I got all A's and like a B plus, which for a guy who'd never gotten a B before just about was a really big breakthrough. And from then on, you know, I graduated high school with like a 3.3. I graduated cum laude college. So, I mean, it is what it is. I got better and he kind of connected with me. Now along the road, I remember when I was a sophomore in high school, I didn't give a shit. You know, I didn't do much. I didn't train hard. I didn't really pay much attention to football. I kind of did it because I did it. And then there was a coach who took me under his wing, and he's training with a guy named Leon Hatton. He was a great linebacker. And I was walking by one day, and I'm like, you know what? I need to do something because I ain't getting it in college with my brain. So I need to play football. And Coach Miles said, all right, if you could last do this one workout with us, you could roll. So we did chest. You guys know my chest. Incline press. I actually beat most of them. Now, Coach Miles could incline press 405. He could bench press 405 for reps. But that day, I had a day, and I was in. And they took me under their wing, and that developed me into the freak I became, and it allowed me to play football well enough to actually take it somewhere. And then the third person who influenced me, I'm going to make this quick because I want to get to the message, is Katie. I was literally at a turning point. It was going into my senior year of high school, and I was getting into a lot of trouble. I was getting a lot of fights. I was hanging out with a different group of people, I'd like to say. Not a bad group of people, but we did some things that probably weren't right. And I'm not going to get into too much detail on that. But anyway, I met my wife, and that's when I totally gave that life up, and I moved into that situation. Now, what I'm getting at is every time you meet somebody, I get emails every day saying, you changed my life. And I'm not saying this lightly. This means a lot to me. You changed my life. You did this. You did that. You helped me do this. You helped me beat this eating disorder. You helped me pay more attention to my family. You helped me pay more attention to my business. You helped me balance. You helped me not take my life over with bodybuilding and focus on other things like making money and raising a family. And that's something that you can't say enough good about, right? So what I want to implore you guys to do is you're the alphas. You know, I'd like to think that a lot of the people, obviously the trolls who comment, they're not alphas. They're little bitches in their mother's basement. But at the end of the day, a lot of you are like me. You're a fucking alpha male. You get out, you make shit happen, and you do good. Now, you could either use that alpha for selfish reasons, or you could use it for good reasons. If you have the opportunity to mentor someone, if you have the opportunity to help somebody, if you have the opportunity to change somebody's life, do it. If it wasn't for those three people, Mr. Grimshaw, Coach Miles, the Reverend Cornell Miles, if it wasn't for those three people, I would not be who I am today. Who knows what I would have been? I could have been dead the way I was going. I definitely wouldn't be where I am now at a success level. So I want you to look hard in the mirror. And there's no jokes about this. You know, this is all real. A lot of my videos are fun and games, but this is not a game. And just look at yourself and say, what can I do to become that better person? What can I do to help somebody else? Because that next person you help might be a Marc Lobliner. That next person you help might be a Bill Gates. Who knows what it is? Bill Gates was allowed to use University of Michigan's computer lab. And that's what made him move ahead of people. It was hours practiced. You know, those are the opportunities people need. So if you have the opportunity to help somebody, it's amazing what a couple people can do to completely change somebody's life. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. It's changing lives. It's not a game.